a mess.
And we are reopening the normal business meeting to finish our normal business for executive or agenda build at the next meeting, February the 8th. One thing I'd like to have on the agenda is an update on our communications with the sheriff's office. I know that we're being directed to the county, don't care, want to know what the sheriff is willing to do, and the fire department and CERT individually for our next natural disaster that we face, be it fire, snow, wind, hail, or God's foot on our necks, whatever comes up. So I'd like an update on that.
So John, is that like around an agreement, should an emergency arise in the use of transit vehicles? Is that what we're talking
It's
Right.
actually in there, isn't it? Isn't it part of the?
So we don't have an agreement
You
yet
have
with
to
the
have an
county.
agreement,
Yeah, we don't have anything yet.
otherwise we
And
can't. be
so
reimbursed.
far, for both fires, one in Canyonville 2 years ago and this one in Glide, they pretty much said, thank you, go away. And I think that's inappropriate, and we need to assert our abilities into their,
Well, I don't
We
think
need
it's
to
a
be
matter of,
repaid for our services.
I don't think it's a matter of assertion, but if they need our services, they should be willing to call upon them.
that's what I
And
mean.
then we
pay
need
for
to,
them.
and then we need to be able to get the money for that,
Yeah, it's just
so.
a
Right,
be
it's a reimbursement
reimbursed.
issue.
Well,
Otherwise,
and the
we'll
one in
declare our
Canyonville, they
emergency.
did put my phone number in their phone and ask if this was a number they could reach me night or day, and
But
they
we
were
still need an
willing.
agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was, we'll put the agreement in place when we need you, is pretty much what it.
I still feel as long as there's certain people on this board, the county is going to give us the cold shoulder. So I would like you to reach out specifically to John, specifically to Douglas County Fire, and specifically to CERT.
I think you have to talk to the EMS emergency director. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Yeah.
You would think I would know, but I
Oh,
don't.
man, I'm blanking on it too.
Isn't it
Yeah.
Wayne Stimson?
Wayne Stinson.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks,
That's
sir.
He's the
still
one with my
sheriff's
number in
office,
his
isn't it?
phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's as
He's
emergency,
also CERT.
he would be, he's the area, he's the commander, incident commander, in the event of a major incident in Douglas County. So,
He's also extremely busy.
yeah,
Yes.
but it would come through his office and stuff too, so,
Every city in the county is like, come just help us with our plan.
yeah. But
Okay.
just getting the agreement in place, and there may be examples of other transit agencies, so we can just grab one, and then they can just sign it, and they don't have to sit there and develop one.
Oh, right on.
That's probably an
Okay.
easier way, is to
Don't
be a little
reinvent the
more
wheel.
forward that way.
I know RBTD has one, a good one.
Around the board, anybody for agenda build?
We were gonna write some policies about something.
But let's
We
talk
discussed
about that, I think, after John.
Yeah.
and-
Okay,
Yeah.
I just didn't want
Because it'll,
anybody to forget.
it could relate to all of that.
Because I can't remember,
Yeah,
but I knew. what
Sarah,
was
you
in
can't
it.
see me, but I'm pointing at you
Zoom
for
meetings.
it's a different thing, but it's a, yeah.
any input for agenda
For what?
build?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We'll be doing another funding approval. We'll have the 5310 and STF funding. The applications will all be in, and we'll have a recommendation
Excellent.
for that.
Is there anything we need to do towards the budget?
Yes, we need to start that process, create a timeline, and I should have that budget.
I might
timeline.
need budget committee members or something
Yes.
too. I think we've lost some,
Yes.
if not all.
I want to again thank Ron Sperry, our attorney, for being here. I appreciated your training. I welcome more in the future.
And if you have a specific.
Don't threaten me
issue
with a good
that
time.
you need research.
We've been wanting training since we started, but there's been issues with small districts and whatever, but anything we can get, special districts, whatever they're called. Anything I think that the board can get, anything would be great.
Okay.
I would like to
Just
look
give me a
into
list
see
of
what,
topics.
what,
Give me a list of topics or things that you like want to know about, like, or I can just.
well, what
keep
you
it
brought up
general
was
stuff.
pretty random and general, and I think you can do it again.
Yeah,
All right.
At your leisure. You don't have to be here next February, next meeting.
What
But
do you guys need?
I would like to know what small districts has available that maybe Ron could provide. The SBDA or whatever
Special
they're called.
districts.
I'll forward him the list of trainings that are recommended for the board.
Excellent, excellent. With that, if
I
there's,
have an announcement.
Johnny, put on a minute over, come
Can I go?
you can go.
Okay, so I'm resigning from the district as a board member, effective March 9th. That way you guys can find someone to replace me. Here's the letter. So one of the biggest reasons that I'm resigning from this seat is so that I can take over the Sutherland and Oakland service areas. And it's gonna create quite a bit, well, it's gonna create a tremendous amount of more work for me. And I just don't think I'll have the time to dedicate to the position that I feel like it needs. So because of that, I'm gonna resign and get someone else in here. But I absolutely have a passion for transportation. I'm just gonna be completely on the other side of it now.
Should we check with, and sorry to see you have to, because you've been a founding member and
Thank you.
here forever.
Yeah.
Lots of knowledge, so it's really been helpful. But should we check with the county clerk's office to see if that position should be put on the ballot?
Yeah, so that was gonna be
time?
my recommendation, is instead of trying to fill it through board appointment, that we added as a special.
Well, not a you don't
Not a
want to do a
special election, a
election.
special position, and be specific, because Chris Boyce screwed over the county already with this, to fill the remainder of her term.
Well, that's what-
Otherwise, it'll be another 4-year term and we'll be lopsided 5-2.
No, what
elections.
would happen would be if we don't, then we end up filling it, with the applications and things like that. And then they would fill it until the next election, which is basically when the
2
term
years.
ends. So
So
it's
So
only 2
hers
years.
would be when she was, because you just ran, didn't you?
Yeah, so I still have,
She'd have 2 more
2
years after
years.
that.
Yeah, so,
But
but if we don't specify in it, just like with what happened with Chris Boyce and, what's his name from the outdoor store?
Tom Kress.
Tom Kress. When Doug Robertson resigned, Chris ran to fill his position, and it was advertised as being 2 years, but then some arguments happened in the clerk's office, and after election, they decided that he had a 4-year term. And then when Gary Leap resigned to go to the House of
Oh, right.
Representatives,
Yeah.
Kress came in and won the election to a 4-year term, not fulfilling Gary's 2 years left. So they are now on a 4-year, all 3 at one time re-election issue. So there will be no continuity of government if they all hopefully get kicked out. Sorry if that was recorded, don't care. So I think what we need to do is very carefully word it so that it would be the remainder of her term and not for a whole new 4-year term when the 3 of us are up.
I believe our bylaws state that if somebody leaves in the middle of the term, that we're gonna appoint them as the board.
But he's saying if we go to the county clerk's office, because it's right about the time.
We don't
that
have a
they
time
would
frame that
Fill
we
out
have
the
to
ballot,
do it.
and so that would be a nice way to do it, is just do it
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
way. But
Instead
I don't
of
know,
us having to find all of our friends.
I don't know if we can do it.
We can,
So I'm in
100%.
contact with them about our election right
Yeah,
now, so I can ask that question.
yeah,
tomorrow.
because the nominations end March, is that right? About the
Yes.
middle of March?
Second week of
13th,
March.
something like
Yeah.
that.
And they
So
open in the
you're
beginning
proposing to
of
leave it
February?
empty until the election.
Leave it empty until the election.
Yeah.
It's in May,
She's leaving in March.
right?
Yeah,
So-
and so that'd be a good time to do it instead of us having to.
We went.
And then the
We
ballot
wouldn't fill it any
is
sooner.
just to
almost
cover the
anyway.
remainder of that.
It'll only be
Right.
2 months, basically.
Well, you could potentially, rather than starting July 1st, because election's like the beginning of May,
Mhm.
rather than starting July 1st, which is when the term will start for the new, any new people or whatever, it could start immediately. We could
What's your
swear them in
position?
right away.
You're 5,
2023.
3? So position 3 would just be the replacement term to begin immediately
Mhm.
but it would be after election certification, which is 26 days or
I
something
have
like
no idea
that.
what number I am.
After.
You don't?
No?
you're not 1, 2, or 3.
Do you know what yours is?
Yes, I
Well,
was.
Mark,
one.
Matt and I had to
I'm 3.
rerun because we were
No,
1,
One,
2,
two,
I'm
three.
4.
You're
Okay.
4.
4.
So I must be 5, 6, or 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Tim Freeman's sigh of disgust when he realized he couldn't finagle it any special way to get rid of 3 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, so thank you for your service. We'll still see you for the next 2 months. And we'll try to find somebody worthy of filling your seat.
Jennifer would like a couple special meetings thrown in there too.
Yeah, we will. So we're gonna have a special meeting next week. No, I'm just kidding.
Yay.
Meeting is adjourned. It is 8:36 in the PM. Ron, Jennifer,
Bye,
if you would like,
Bye, Dad.
and Cheryl.
All right, see you, Mike. Yeah, Kyle for me next time you see him.
Can we retire to your office?
Good night, all. Cool.
You are absolutely not in trouble. This is